Hello students, hope you are doing well. So today we will just see how to create a database and how to perform the operations on the database. So before that we have to install a database on our system. So we'll be using MySQL RDBMS. Okay, so you have to install this MySQL RDBMS on the through the site mysql.com. Okay, so here you will see the option of MySQL community downloads, and when you come on this particular option, so here you will see MySQL community server 5.7.30. so this is the version. Okay, this is the version number 5.7.30. there are different versions here, so you just select the operating system that you want. Okay, it can be Windows or Linux, anything in which you want to install, and select the operating system's architecture. Either it can be a 32-bit or 64-bit. So I am just installing. Okay, I just show you how to install it. So here you can see there are different, okay, there are different archives. You can see this is a zip archive for, okay, MySQL WinX64, and this is the archive for that contains the binaries and test suite also. Okay, so we are not, okay, more concerned on this debug binaries and test suite. So I'll be just downloading, okay, this particular option. So before downloading you have to, okay, check the system requirement also. So kindly check your system requirement whether your architecture is of 32 bits or 64 bit, and depending upon the system architecture kindly download that, else it will show some unexpected behavior. Okay, so for Linux, okay, you have to use with the command prompt. Okay, so you have to use the command for downloading the particular database. So here there is no need to log in or sign up because this is a open source. So you just click it, no thanks, just start my download, click this option, and when you click this option then there will be something that will be visible on the screen. My system is a bit slow, so here you can see a zip file is there. Okay, a zip file is there that is of size 368 MB. Okay, so you can just save this file. When you just save this file, so your download manager will just, okay, access it. If you have the download manager, then the speed will be, okay, the speed will be a bit different, okay, as compared to the default manager. Okay, so just download this 368 MB file. So I am not downloading, okay, I am not downloading this particular file because software, because I have this already on my system, so it is of no use for me. So for a demonstration purpose I've just shown you, okay, what to do. Okay, so just go to the MySQL site, okay, and from their community downloads option select your operating system. Okay, the requirements of your operating system, just check it, the architecture, check it, and install the software in the form of zip file. And okay, it is like a normal software that you install on your system. And after installing, okay, after the installation you will get something like this. Okay, MySQL command client. So this will be visible. Okay, this client will be visible on your screen. Okay, so I'll just make this a big large so that it can be visible to you. So I'll just set the font. Now I think it is visible. So what you have to do, you have to, when you will just install this particular software, okay, so you have to keep in mind that this particular software, okay, must be, okay, as per your system requirement. And it's asking for the password. Okay, so when you are just, okay, when you have just installed, when you are installing this MySQL, okay, database on your system, then at the time of installing, okay, it will ask for a password also. So you have to set the password at the time of installation. The default username will be root, okay, and the default port number will be 3306. Don't change the username and please don't change the port number. Okay, so this MySQL will work on the default port, that is 3306. You have to just set the password. Okay, so I've just set the password. So what I'll do, I'll just, okay, type this password, and when I'll just type this password on this command client, okay, command line client, so it shows that this SQL is now okay, it is now visible, okay, it has been successfully installed. Okay, so a prompt will be appeared, okay, that shows MySQL and the cursor will blink like this. Okay, so a MySQL prompt will be there, like you do in your command prompt C and D. There are different drives, okay, different prompts are there. So in here, this is the MySQL prompt. It says that now MySQL has been successfully, okay, it has been successfully installed on your machine. Okay, so this MySQL monitor is there. It is the MySQL monitor. Server version is 5.5.25. So I am using some older version, okay, that is being installed in my system. Okay, so you can install, okay, the advanced version or the version that is the current version that is being used nowadays. Okay, so now what we have to do, now we have to create a database. Okay, so now the process is to create the database. So what we'll do, first of all, I want to show you, okay, through different commands, that what are the pre-existing database that has been installed in this MySQL. Okay, so there are some pre-existing database also. Okay, so we will just use a command show databases. Okay, so this is the command show. Okay, and after show there is a space, show databases followed by semicolon. And when I'll just, okay, enter it, so it shows all the databases that are present in this MySQL RDBMS. Okay, so this information schema is, it is the pre-existing database, log is the pre-existing database, MySQL is the pre-existing database, okay, performance schema is the pre-existing database, and so on. This student database, that this is the database that I have created. Okay, so now you can also see. Okay, so now I will just, okay, I will just make you, okay, aware that how to use the database. So in order to use the database, okay, you, in order to use the particular database that is existing, okay, or that has been created, you have to use the command use and name of the database. So for example, the name of the database is log. Okay, so if I'm using log, so it says database changed. So now the database has been changed to log. So now you are inside this log database. Okay, so now inside this log database there are certain tables. Okay, so database contains tables. So now we can also see the tables. So how we will see the tables? Okay, so we will write a command show tables. So here there is a table, okay, in this database, that is the login table. Okay, so this is the table in this log database that says login. Okay, it is a login table. Okay, so what is inside this login table? If I want to see what is inside this login table, this table I had created this table. Okay, I had created this database log also. Okay, so if I want to see what is inside this table, what is the schema of this table, then we can also describe, okay, this particular table. So what I will use a command describe. Okay, if I want to describe the table, so I will use login. Okay, so when I use the command describe login, so this is the description of the table. Okay, this is the description, it means this is the schema of the table. Okay, so it is in the form of a table where you can see there are certain columns. Okay, and the columns contain the attributes. Okay, this is the field column, this is the type column, this is the null column, key column, default column, and some extra column. Okay, and in this column there are different rows. So this is row number 1, okay, that contains the username. This is the row number 2 that contains the password. Okay, so the username is varchar, it is the data type of this username, okay, that contains, okay, some length, and this is the password that contains some length. Okay, so this is the default, okay, structure, okay, of the particular fields that we have created. Okay, so now how to create a database now? So this is the pre-existing database. Okay, so if I want to use the pre-existing database, so I have to first change the database. So I have to use a command use name of the database. So it says database changed. Then I have to see the tables. What are the different tables inside this database? A database can contain multiple tables. So the table is show tables. Okay, show the name of the table. Okay, so show tables is the command. Okay, so if I just write show tables, then it will display all the tables pertaining to that particular database. Okay, so in a log database there is a table that the name of this table is login. Okay, so if I want to see the structure of the login table or the schema of the login table, then I have to use the command describe. Okay, so the describe table name. Okay, login is the table name, so it will describe the schema for this table containing the attributes and the records. Okay, so now our main task is to create a database now. Okay, so if I want to create a database, then there is a command create, okay, database, and you have to use the name of the database. Okay, so if I want to create a database, okay, for example graphic. Okay, so name of the database is graphic. So it says query okay, one row affected. It means that this database named graphic has been created. Okay, so now if I want to see whether this database has been created or not, so I will use the command show databases. Okay, so now here you can see this database graphic, okay, is present. It has been created here, and the entry of this graphic is there in this database. Okay, so now I have to use this database now. Okay, because I want to create tables inside this database, that is graphic. So what I will do, I will just write a command use graphic. Okay, so it says database change. Now I will create the table inside this database, that is graphic. Okay, so the command for creating a table is create, okay, table and table name. So you have to write a valid table name. So I have created a table student, so I create a table, okay, named student1, for example. Okay, student1. So create table name. Okay, and inside this I have to write, I have to assign, okay, I have to not assign, I have to declare. Okay, I have to declare the structure or the specification for the attributes that will be residing in the table. Okay, so for example I want that inside this table it should contain the name of the student, okay, the roll number of the student. So I want only two specifications inside this table. So what I will write, I will write name, okay, varchar. Okay, so this varchar is a variable character. Okay, this is for variable character. Okay, name is the name attribute and varchar is the data type. Okay, so it is not character, it is varchar, so we are using varchar. Okay, and inside this we'll just pass the length, that is 20, comma, and age is age and it is of type int. Okay, so this is now completed. Okay, so it says query okay, 0 rows affected. It means now a skeleton, a schema has been created. So now I want to see this schema, that what this schema contains. So I will just write describe, okay, and the table name is student1. So here you can see this student1 contains the field name varchar20. Okay, this is the data type variable character, okay, 20, and age and integer. Okay, and inside integer it is 11. So by default it has taken the size as 11, because I haven't given any size here. Okay, no size has been mentioned here. We can mention the size also, but by default it has taken 11. Okay, so now what we'll do, okay, now we have to insert, okay, we have to insert the values inside this database. Okay, so I want that this name contains something, this age contains something. So what I will do, I will write a command insert, okay, into database name. So insert into student1, the table name, because we will be inserting the values into the table. So the name of the table is student1. Insert into student1 values. Okay, so now this you have to remember that we are inserting certain values to this particular table. So what are the values? The values are pertaining to this name and age. Okay, so this is varchar. Okay, so it means this is a variable length array. So what we have to use, we have to use certain name. Okay, so the name can be, let us suppose I am using Alex. Okay, and the age is 20. Okay, so this is completed. Okay, so it says query okay. So if the query is correct, then it will display query okay, one row has been affected. It means we have inserted a data in a single row. So one row has been, one record has been successfully completed. Okay, so if the query, if there is some problem in the query, then the error will be displayed here. Okay, so now what we'll do, we'll just see, okay, the database, that what exactly present in the database. So it can be seen with the help of select query. Okay, now we are firing the query. Okay, so this is the query. Now I am querying the database that I want to retrieve something. Okay, so let's see how can we retrieve these values from the database. So this is the query for retrieving. Select star from, okay, and name of the database is, what is the name of the database? We have created a database graphic. So star from graphic, sorry, graphic is not there, it is table, because we have to extract from the table. Okay, select star from student 1. Okay, so here you can see it has, okay, it has retrieved the necessary information, that is we have inserted the values. Okay, for name we have inserted, okay, value Alex, and for age we have inserted the value 20. Okay, so select, when I've just written this select star from graphic, then automatically this statement was incorrect. Okay, so it has resulted in an error. So you can see that it says that table graphic doesn't exist, because we have to perform this operation on a table. Okay, and table is stored in the database. Okay, so I am not performing on the database, I am performing on the entity that is residing inside this database. So this must be clearly understood. Okay, so now select start means you have to select all the things, okay, from student 1. So you have to retrieve, start means to retrieve all the particular items, all the records that are present in this table. Okay, so this query will be select star from student 1. It means select all the necessary attributes. Okay, select all the necessary attributes from this table and display it on the screen in the form of a table. Okay, so this particular thing is displayed in the form of a table. So again, if I want to insert some another value, so I will write, okay, insert into student 1, okay, values, and I write Chris, okay, and let us suppose 26. So now this has been inserted, and if I want to see, so I will just fire a query select star from student 1, and here you can see now two rows has been, okay, two rows has been affected here. So there are two rows. In the previous one there is only one row. Okay, and it says now there are two rows, Alex having the age 20 and Chris having the age 26. Okay, so in this way we can create the necessary database with the help of MySQL.